So I have just been marching along, walking, and I totally missed the alternate path. No. I was walking and thinking, I've been walking for a while, and I thought there was supposed to be a town in 5 kilometers, and I just checked, and it's so weird. I was even at the part where it said an alternate path, but I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it was further ahead, or I'd see more of an arrow or something. So, okay. So I just looked at the map, and I'm gonna try to find my own way over there. I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll see. I could turn back around, but the alternate path, it's a much longer stretch without services, and it follows the old Roman road, and I don't need to walk it, and that's the way I walked last time, but I just loved it so much. So I am going to fix this somehow. I'm going to try to figure this out. All right, this is the Camino, and there is a road here. So I'm going to hope it's not too busy. It goes over the highway, which is promising, and I think this will take me up to the alternate route. Let's see. I'm probably now adding some kilometers onto the day, but that's okay. Well, there's an arrow going in the other direction, which is promising, I think, because it's probably directing a link from the alternate route back to the main path, because there's a town just over there. And I think some pilgrims probably went into the town and then don't want to do the alternate path, so want to go back to the more main route. So I'm going to guess that's why there's an arrow, but also indicates that this will get me to where I want to be. All right. We are back on track, on the track I wanted to take. So I've just realized that I left my hat back at the Albergue where I stayed last night. It's the first thing that I've left behind on this trip, and it's actually not a good one. So today, I'm standing in the shade right now. There are a few trees, but for the most part, I am on this long stretch of road without any services. It's pretty exposed. Morning walking is fine because the sun is at my back, but in the afternoon, and I'm definitely walking into the afternoon just because I have to get to the next town, I'm going to be walking into the sun, and I don't have a hat. It's really only going to be a problem today, I think, because tomorrow I won't have a very long stage into León, and León is a big city, and I'll be able to buy a hat for sure. But today is not so good. I am going to hit a village somewhat soon, but it is a super small village. I do think there's a little store, a tienda, but I doubt they're going to have a hat. I am going to check just in case, but it's just so frustrating. And I was even just so proud of myself thinking that I hadn't lost anything or left anything behind. And I left my hat behind. But I'll make it through, but not so good today. Oh man, there's nothing open in this town. I really thought for sure there would be a bar with coffee and food, and I just asked a couple of people, and they said they think at the end of the village there should be a place that's open. So I'm gonna try it, and then I'll double back because the little market tienda opens at 10, and that's in about 15 minutes. So let's go see if we can get a coffee here. Well, there's some chairs. It's called Bar Camino, but it seems very quiet. Very quiet. Let's see what's happening. No, I don't think this place is open. Sign says, services only for guests of the hotel. That's not me. All right, let's go back to the market. Oh man, I am bummed out. No coffee stop. Okay, this is gonna be a long day. It's okay. Got this. I'm not sure why everything is closed. I tried the Albergue. There's a private Albergue down there with a restaurant, and the sign even said open, kitchen open from 7 to 3. And I rang the bell, and they were like, no, closed, no coffee. Ugh, that's a bummer. It's a bummer, especially when you have your heart set on taking a break and getting like a tortilla or croissant or tostada and more coffee to fuel you through a long day with no other services. But okay, let's see what the shop is. Okay, here is my best Camino advice. If you're staying in Sahagún and you decide to take the alternate route the next day, know that it's going to be a 30-kilometer stretch with one town along the way and that town hits about 13 kilometers. And in my experience, it's a Monday. Nothing was open in that town except for a little shop, little tienda that opened at 10. There's also water fountains, so you can get water and you can get a few basic food supplies, but there's no bathroom, no cafes, no coffee, nothing. And now really it's like 23 kilometers from here to the like end of the stage, but there is, I think, 5 kilometers before the end, I think there's an option where you can cut down to a town. Of course, I don't know the names of any of these places off the top of my head, but I think that can shorten the 23 to about 18. So I am headed out. I have about 18 kilometers to walk. And there was definitely no hat back in that shop. All right, it's going to be okay. I have supplies for a good lunch. I'm carrying a lot of food. I will hopefully at some point find some shade a couple times and stop and take breaks. So I'm going to try to enjoy this peaceful road. There's a chair. This might be my only opportunity to find a place to like sit, but there's no shade. So I might keep going. I found a spot for a picnic lunch in the shade, and I've got a lot of food. I've got a peach, some chips, ham, cheese, my tortilla, Aquarius. I've also been carrying around these rice cakes with, I think that has white chocolate or white chocolate yogurt on the top. Anyway, I am sitting off just to the side of the path. I had seen these trees probably several kilometers down the way, and I was headed for them. So it feels good to take my shoes off. I think I've probably walked about 20 kilometers, maybe a little bit more. So it feels good to take a break. So I just set up that whole picnic lunch on the ground on the other side of this grove of trees. And look, literally not even a minute's walk away, there is a nice little shaded shelter for pilgrims. Classic. Unbelievable. This is a comedy of errors kind of a day. So I just stopped to take off my pack and take my backup water supply out and kind of replenish with the Nalgene I keep in my side pocket. And I put everything back and I put the pack back on. And I was like, it feels kind of wet. Is that just my imagination? So I took the pack back off, opened things back up, and realized I didn't actually close the water all the way of my backup water, and it was leaking in my pack, getting everything wet. So I think I've got everything loaded back up. I just drank all of the backup water and now have a full Nalgene. I think I only have 3 or 4 kilometers to go, so I'll be fine on water, but it's just classic. This is a classic day. I'm in the town of Reliegos, And it is another very sleepy town on the Meseta. I checked into my albergue and I decided to go with the municipal. And I didn't think many people would be here, and it's packed. There is a huge group of Italians that they're very nice, but honestly, I tried to outrun them and I succeeded yesterday, but then they caught up today and we're all in that albergue. So there are a lot of people there. And I was able to just go find a place and get a drink and an empanada just before they closed. And so for dinner, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. There is a kitchen and there's a little shop, but the shop's closed, so I don't know if I'll cook something or come back out. But anyway, this is that I'm approaching. It's the Bar Elvis, which I think is sort of famous on the Camino. I wasn't here last time because I see it on the alternate route and passed this town. So I think this opens up later. So I don't know if I'll stop by. It doesn't really look like my kind of place, but it's supposed to be fun, so we'll see. This is like the fourth time I'm going back and forth. So I went to get a drink and a bite to eat. Then I came back, and then these two Koreans and a German man, they invited me to eat with them. So then I went back to the store to get some more food to add to the mix. And then I went back to the albergue. We started cooking. The electricity went out. So I went back to the store because the guy who runs the store is the owner of the albergue, or he runs the albergue. So I let him know. So going back again.